All right, welcome back to the show. Today we have Alec Talley with Automated Storage, and I probably should have asked you how to pronounce your last name, but I just gave it a whirl there. Is that close enough?
Yes, you hit it the nail on the head.
So Alec is part owner with Automated Storage, who I believe you guys classify yourself as a call center. The way I see it is you're kind of a hybrid between a call center and a property management company. Today I want to would love to get to know a little bit more about your background, especially becoming an entrepreneur. Then we want to talk about the company that you own and what you guys can do and how you can help storage owners. So give us a quick intro, 30-second minute, who you are, what you do.
Nice, man. Well, yeah, first off, thank you so much for having me here. It's honestly an honor to come out here and just talk to you and the people who watch your videos here. Just kind of tell everybody what we got going on and how we're able to help self-storage owners like yourself. But yeah, I guess my backstory, I graduated from high school and right outside of Birmingham. So I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I went and played a year of JUCO baseball at some little, rinky-dink junior college program. Kind of figured out you really got to love the game and got to be very passionate about it to kind of continue that lifestyle. So I did a year there and made some good friends, had some good times, and then decided to go ahead and just ended up transferring to Alabama. To kind of knock out school and kind of figure out what I want to do in my life, right? So, I guess Dakota, our my business partner and the CEO of Automated Storage, we kind of go way back. We went to high school and honestly middle school together, so we've been pretty close, really for a long time. But so we ended up going to Alabama there, getting my degree in sales and just general business. And that's kind of my junior year of college. I kind of started working with Dakota to put together, automated storage. And so we've just kind of been taking it a day at a time, really just trying to focus on kind of over delivering for our clients. I mean, we started out with one owner who was trusting us to run their business and help out with their phone lines. So we really just make sure that we provided that Chick-fil-A type service. And we're just really trying to prove the concept of kind of what we envisioned, right? It's because the whole kind of, I guess the backstory or the goal was to replace that on-site manager, right? So we think that, you don't need an on-site manager at these facilities, from 8 a.m. to 5, even if you have 200 units or 1,000 units, right? We really truly believe that you can automate and operate these facilities with, somebody answering your phone calls from 6 a.m. to midnight and that local boots on the ground person swinging by one time per week to, do the dirty work, do the walkthroughs of the facility, the sweep out the units, place overlocks on, and kind of be the eyes and ears of that facility there. But so that's, I guess, a quick backstory of me. Went to Alabama, got my degree. I did a couple jobs, kind of my freshman through, sophomore year of college there. And then, we just kind of been working on automated storage, I guess, since about our junior year of college. This has kind of been our main goal. So took a little leap and, yes, I guess it's starting to pay off a little bit. We were able to help out a good bit of facilities, but we definitely ain't made it by any means. We got big goals and big aspirations. So we just like to say, take it a day at a time and kind of see what comes to us. Just doing the right thing, of course.
For sure. Yeah, but that's awesome. And I want to dive into all that. And we met over a year ago at ISS in Vegas, and I didn't realize, and this is not a knock, this is, if anything, a compliment, how young you guys are putting together such a great company, something that's so beneficial to self-storage owners. But you guys have a ton of energy. You guys are entrepreneurs. Obviously you're younger, but it's absolutely awesome to see what you guys are doing. You said you played college baseball. You're kind of speaking my love language here is higher level sports. So what, tell me a little bit about that. Tell me about the commitment that you had to make and, how is that, I guess, transpired into being an entrepreneur?
So I came from, a pretty big high school, right? And we had a good program, a really well-respected coach in the, in the high school baseball, Alabama community there. So we ended up losing in the state championship my junior year. Didn't do too hot my senior year, but transitioned to Jefferson Davis Community College, which is in South Alabama, in Brewton, Alabama, it's a very small town. It's got about 1,200 students at the community college. But so that was a super awesome experience. I go from a very nice 7A high school to a program where it's like, we don't have lights out there at the ballpark, right? Like, it's definitely a little bit of change of scenery, but made some good friends, of course, and I was glad I did that, right? So definitely don't regret it. It was a good experience, kind of. I guess really just kind of having to fight through a little adversity, trying to work my way into the starting lineup out there at Jefferson Davis, and kind of getting a feel for the I guess a little bit change of pace, where it is definitely a commitment, but maybe not as rewarding, or as really maybe not as quite a commitment, and kind of what I was used to kind of coming from there. But yeah, ended up doing that for a year, and just didn't love the game. Just kind of thought, this isn't for me long term. I'm not a Division I athlete. I'm 5'9", 150 pounds. I ain't going to make money going off playing pro ball, of course. Now that would have been cool, right? I mean, I that was kind of the goal as growing up. But that was, obviously not in my cards there. So yeah, ended up transitioning over to Alabama and try to figure out what I wanted to do. But yeah, so I guess transitioning into entrepreneurship there. So like I said, kind of having to battle through some adversity during the Jeff Davis days. I ended up kind of lacerating my kidney like the second week I was out there. So we had to battle through some stuff. But being an entrepreneur, not every day is as rewarding as it as it should be, or as you think it might be. Right? You're having to do a whole lot of dirty work, nitty gritty work. Work on the day to day, just take it one day at a time. So I really feel like that's kind of what I learned, freshman year of college, and really all throughout my college career, was really just try to take it one day at a time, right? Knock out, just try to get a little bit better every single day. If we can do that, if we can do the little things right and get better every single day, then, we're able to, get better in life, and also hopefully build a nice business along the way, where we're able to help other people out and create more jobs and more opportunities, for the people around us. So yeah, so that's awesome. It's been a fun ride so far.
That's awesome stuff, man. That's a lot of great points. High level sports is sports in general, but definitely high level sports, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that you can take away from it, and if you apply it to your everyday life, and especially if you're a business owner, like, the sky's the limit. And it sounds like you did that, and obviously commitment's one of those things, but perseverance, all those things that you can transfer over. So let's get into, because it seems like you guys started a business. You're a junior in college. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So that's kind of when we started. Dakota and his dad, or Dakota's really, he's a true blood entrepreneur, right? I mean, he is, kind of born to build a business, no matter if it was in storage or what other industry. He was going to be building a business and doing something on his own, right? So he actually created Spider Door, which is a pretty well-renowned access control keypad company in the self-storage world now. But it started out with a mobile app, right? A convenience tool for these customers to be able to rent a unit, open the gate, make their payment, manage their account, all from their mobile phone there. So that's kind of where that started, and it's transitioned into access control and, locks for your units there. But I mean, I still remember, like, in college, talking to Dakota, passing them, going to class, like, dude, when are we going to work together, man? Like, when can I help out with Spider Door? Like, cause I've always kind of, believed in, Dakota's passion for really just life in general, and knew that he was going to up to do great things or whatever it was. And I really wanted to be a part of that. So, I started out helping out with Spider Door a bit, kind of on their support side, on their sales side. And then, but just maybe senior year, we started, seeing the opportunity to create a little call center or remote management company, because Dakota's family, they owned a self-storage facility right outside of Birmingham. It's a 800 unit facility in Trussville, Alabama, grade A facility. And, Dakota's grandmother was the one running the business, right? She was the manager there. So that was where we set up shop every single day to go to work. So we literally got to see kind of what takes place at running an 800 unit facility. And she's great at what she does, right? She'd help these customers out whenever they walked in. She would answer the phone whenever it rings. But the other 5 hours of the day, she was kind of able to play on her phone and do puzzles and really kind of do whatever she wanted to, right? So we saw that, and we saw, that there is an opportunity out there to, again, manage these facilities without having to pay that manager $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, depending on where you are, how big the facility is. And kind of leverage the technology that we have at our fingertips today. Just try to over deliver, provide great customer service. So we kind of saw that opportunity there. Again, that's where we set up shop. We pretty much lived out of that self-storage facility for the first year, just trying to get this thing going. But I think I mentioned earlier, we ended up having like one client she was in Mount Tabor, Indiana, who trusted us to and manage her phone lines, right? So we're, answering these phones on our cell phone, logging into her database and helping these customers out. And, we're able to kind of prove that proof of concept that we're able to, close 90 to 99% of these tickets and calls that come in. After doing that for a little bit and really just trying to, again, kind of over deliver and make sure kind of what the vision is, it's actually sustainable and, scalable. We really just been taking it day at a time since. And, we've been blessed to have really good clients who, are really, we're very, very thankful for. They trust us to run these businesses. But, the goal from day one is to try to over deliver for these customers. So, we haven't had to put too many marketing dollars behind our service or product, which is, a good problem, right? The biggest problem that we run into today, and as we continue to scale, is making sure that this quality quality does not drop, right? So we got to make sure we're providing that Chick-fil-A type experience every single time that we answer the phone call. But, I feel like we do a good job of that. We're going to keep learning and kind of keep taking it day at a time, see where it leads us here.
Yeah, no, it's great. So it sounds like, and I don't want to answer the question I have for you, but it sounds like the reason why you want to partner with Dakota is because you saw his passion. Sounds like he's probably the visionary. He comes up with more or less, the ideas. Yep. What else attracted you? Because I'm one of them that stays away from partnerships. I'm skeptical going in. And my guess is, why that is, I don't know, but I played team sports growing up. So I've always been, working as a team, but for whatever reason, things after that, like I just do things on my own.
Yeah.
So what else was there other than his passion? What did you see? Did you just see that you guys filled each other's voids and worked well together, or what was it?
Yeah, I think that too. We've been good buddies. I mean, really, again, like I was saying, ever since middle school, and we've really meshed well together. We've always worked really well together. So I think that we respect each other and kind of respect each other's roles. We know each other's roles, which I think is a big thing, kind of as we continue to grow here.
And I'm going to interrupt you. What are your guys' roles?
Yep. So Dakota he's more of the visionary, right? He's more of the true blood entrepreneur. I feel like, I can help make his ideas. We obviously bounce ideas back off of each other here, but I feel like we work well together to make these ideas come to life, right? So, it's one thing to talk about these ideas and to nitpick each other's brains, but it's another thing to set off and go do them, right, and make them come to life. So I think that we've always been good friends and got along well together, and it's really transitioned into a very easy going partnership as we have been doing this for the past 6 years. And again, I think that's just because we kind of complement each other. I'm kind of more of the operations guy, kind of oversee the team and make sure that the business is running as smooth as possible. And Dakota's kind of the guy to make sure that we stay one step ahead of the game, right? So make sure that we are moving in the right direction with the technology that we use, and some more of those things. So after kind of working with each other for a year, I think we've built, even more, hopefully he'd say the same, but maybe even more kind of respect for each other, because seeing the dirty work that both of us have had to do, kind of, I guess, to get where we are. And again, we definitely ain't made it by any means, but we've built a fun little business and created some good jobs for some good people around us there. So yeah, I think that we've always just had a good relationship, and that's transitioned over to a really easy to work with partner. I'm very grateful for kind of what we got going on here, and you're really just happy to be a part of it and see kind of what we envisioned 6 years ago starting really to come to life today here.
It's absolutely awesome. So did Dakota's dad, and we will have Dakota on the show. He was tied up, but we will have him on the show at some point. Did his dad, because it sounds like he's an entrepreneur, I'm not sure about your parents, but was he I guess integral in kind of getting your guys' business going, or was it you guys were like, you know what, pedal to the metal, we're just going to figure it out, make mistakes along the way? And how did that go?
Yeah. So Dakota's dad is definitely an entrepreneur. I mean, he's been an entrepreneur his whole life, right? So that's his career. He's built self-storage facilities, operated them, and sold them. He's built strip malls and just multi-family units. So Dakota's dad is definitely an entrepreneur. In regards to kind of him having any kind of helping getting the business going, I'd really say no, because Dakota and I'm kind of the same way as well, but Dakota for sure, he didn't want no help from anybody, right? Like if his dad were to try to help, he wanted to do it his way, and make sure live or die, or if it fails or succeeds, it was going to be on him. But to this day, like Dakota, and we don't really take he doesn't take anything from his dad. He wants everything that he has to be something that he has worked for and he has built himself. So I think Aaron has been inspirational in a lot of ways. Dakota's dad kind of building Spider Door and turning that into something very successful and very rewarding. So that has definitely been inspiring to me and Dakota. But yeah, I guess we've really just tried to take it a day at a time, right? I mean, we ain't perfect, but we just trying to do what's right for our clients, for our customers. And, if it works, great. And if it doesn't, we'll live and learn and on to the next one there.
That's awesome. That's cool. So I know we've talked about automated. Can you, and you guys don't really have like you said, you guys don't market or anything. It's all been word of mouth, but do you have like a 15-second elevator pitch that you can give us on what automated is?
Yes. Automated storage is a remote management / call center for self-storage owners, right? So we're here to take care of the basic day-to-day items at your facility, and payments, move-ins, basically any customer interaction, as well as we even go and take care of the lien auctions, right? So we're making sure that we are following these lien laws in each state, because I know a lot of the owners they ain't trying to do this these lien auctions. That's just a bunch of dirty work. They got to make sure that they got checking off their box and doing the things the right way there. But yeah, so we're some people call it like a hybrid, and I kind of like that term just because we're really more than a call center. We're definitely more than a call center, but we're less than full suite remote management, right? For most of our clients, like we're not doing the bookkeeping, the revenue management. We're not, checking the gate log or the cameras every single day. But what we are doing is helping out these customers whenever they call from the hours, 6 a.m. to midnight. If they're calling to rent a storage unit to make a payment, they need their gate code, whatever it is, this storage, they're calling for, one of not 10, 11, 12 different things. So we just got to get really good at those 12 different things, and we're able to help out a lot of these customers and take a whole lot off of these owners' plates, and make create more time for them to focus on what matters for them, whether that be spending time with their family or going to focus on building their portfolio there. But yeah, a little bit longer than 15 seconds, but essentially we are a remote management / call center for self-storage owners out there.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I want to get into each thing that you guys do. And I'm going to and listen, I'm a happy customer. I use you guys for all my sites. So why I've got you guys, why I have you on here is because I believe in your guys' product. You guys have been great to work with. You guys also adapt, right? Like there's some things that have come up and you guys are like, you know what, that's a good idea, or you'll tell me that's a bad idea. And we've worked together to make things work. So I do want to go, I guess, really quick. So you guys obviously answer the phone, you rent units, you take payments, you handle issues that renters may have whenever they call in, as renters do.
Yep.
You communicate to the boots on the ground, and we'll get into how you do that. You do auctions. You can do revenue management, right?
Yes, that is a deliverable that we can definitely help with there.
Okay. What else did I miss?
Revenue management. I mean, we've got for our site link and storage clients, we've built a debt collector, similar to Call Potential. But yeah, so basically it's automatic robocalls that are going out to all of your delinquent customers and text messages that are going out. And they're one click away from being able to make their payment, right? So it's just a friendly message from the facility and a friendly reminder that you've got a unit balance on unit B1. Click here to make a payment, right? So they click here. They now see your company's logo to kind of build that trust with that customer. There's more scams out there than there ever has been. So we want to we want to build that trust with that caller or that tenant before we get them to make the payment there. But yeah, we got that debt collector, the lien auctions. What else do we do? We create we've got a voice actor. We're creating a high quality welcome message. The delinquent calls, process of move-ins. We track, every single thing that we do. I feel like that's a big part of our business, is just tracking everything that we do for you, right? If a customer or a lead calls in and they're inquiring about a storage unit, well, it doesn't matter if they need storage today or 10 months from now. If they're asking about a price, well, we're tracking that on our, Monday board. We use monday.com to document everything. Yep. And, we're following up with that lead, right? We're going through that follow-up process. They didn't need one until, 10 months later. We'll probably set that follow-up date 9 months later just to give them a call, see if they still need a unit. Or even if it's somebody who's inquiring about a storage unit, but they hang up in our face after 40 seconds, that's a lead to us, right? And the more people that I speak to, they're really not doing that. They're not tracking every single lead that they speak to and following up with them. And I think that's an easy way for you to be able to convert more leads. Because, most of 80% of running a self-storage business is answering that phone when it rings and helping these customers out, right? If we don't answer on that first or second ring and miss the call, well, they're going to the next person they see on Google Business to rent that unit there. So, we process outbound calls to any callers that come in after hours or abandoned calls. These owners can rest easy knowing these calls are getting called back at least twice, because again, we're very aware of how important every one of these phone calls are. Let me see if I'm ever here missing anything. But that's pretty.
Yeah, I think from what I know, you hit everything. And we'll circle back on everything too. You said there's a logo for the debt collector, right? I didn't know you guys did that.
Yes. Yes, that would be like your little logo would be embedded to that text message link.
That's awesome.
So they
Where do
click
you get
that
from the websites?
Yep, that would just be pulled from the website, or we'd typically just request it from the owner if they have a little vector as their logo. That's what we would use to upload it to the back end there. So again, some of the other software or the debt collectors out there, I think that they've got to click the link, sign in with their account, and they've got access to the website portal. So yeah, with ours, they're one click away from being able to make that payment, enter in their credit card information, and get a receipt there.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, and honestly, the data on that is pretty ridiculous and astounding. We're kind of seeing that more and more the more facilities that we get. But these customers, they use that text message link or the 24/7 welcome message, to press 2 to make a payment. So a lot of these customers end up relying on those messages that go out monthly anyways. So
for sure,
it's nice to have.
Is that a two-way text too? Can they text you back?
Yep, not a two-way text there.
Okay. Just wondering because I didn't know how often people would text back and issues, questions, whatever.
Yeah, so not a two-way text. They can reply stop and opt out anytime. So it's just more so to let these customers know that they've got a balance and try to do everything that we can to make sure they're not caught off guard, right? We want to give these customers every opportunity and every way to be able to make a payment, whether it be call us from the hours 6 a.m. to midnight, use the 24-hour phone payment system. That's available 24/7. They can go on their website and they can also use the text or robocall that they get to make these payments as well. So there really should just be no excuse for these callers to not realize, or these tenants to not realize that they have a balance. We've seen some cool results, and honestly, I guess a little bit more results than I was thinking of customers that actually use that text and payment link to make those payments there.
For sure. So the biggest change, because I was with Easy Storage Solutions call center before I came over to you guys, and they started pretty good, and then they got really bad over time. I have no idea how they are now. They're just not making excuses for them, but during COVID, so many storage owners switched over to them. And they just got inundated and didn't care about customer service. Well, they couldn't hire fast enough, couldn't hire quality fast enough. But anyways, I switched you guys. Biggest difference for me was on my end was the Monday.com platform that you guys use. Explain how you guys use that.
Yeah. So Monday.com has been, it's a multi-billion-dollar company. It's definitely not something that we've built. It's basically a CRM or a Google Sheet on steroids, we like to say, right? So you can build these boards however you want. So we've kind of built these boards around 3 main groups, right? We got a task list group, we've got a leads group, and then we've got a monthly activity group. All right. So any task that needs to be assigned to the field rep, right? If the gate may be locked open, or, customers having issues getting their unit open, maybe it's jammed, whatever it is, if we would create that task there for the field rep. And now they're immediately notified, right? They're notified via email in real time, as well as they get a Monday.com notification. So the next time that person swings by to do their weekly walkthrough check, well, then they would just check the Monday board, check that group at the top to see if there are any, outstanding tasks that they need to address, right? So, we got that, like I said, the task list group. We got the leads group where we are documenting every single lead that we speak to for your business and then going through that follow-up process, right? So you as the owner, this, John, but like you as the owner have access to these boards, right? So you can see this play out in real time there. So you can see us. How many leads have we tracked for your facility this month? How many leads have we closed, right? How many leads are we still working? And you will be able to see that follow-up process take place. Then the last main group on there is really just the monthly activity group. And that is where every single call that we take or make for your business is documented in written word there. So, our agents have a minute between each call or before another call is able to ring them. So during that time frame, they need to they focus up and document that in a nice professional way of what exactly just happened on that phone call. So you should be able to look at these boards and get a feel for exactly what automated storage is doing for your business there. And yeah, we use that since day one of starting automated storage, and we have not looked back. So it has literally worked out great. We're also able to set up some more automations for the facility, such as, when a lead comes through, a Facebook ad that we may be running for the facility, or a spare foot lead comes through, right? So we're able to set up some automations to where it automatically comes to that Monday board and notifies our team. And now we're following up with that lead within seconds there. So yeah, can't say enough good things about Monday, because it has worked great for what we're trying to accomplish here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's got, like you said, it's got communication to your local boots on the ground. It's got communication from what you guys are doing, talking to customers. And it'll say anything and everything, right? Someone called in and they asked for pricing, and then they hung up, right? It'll you guys document every little piece that goes on in that call and every single call. And then, like you said, the lead section in there too, which from an owner's perspective is cool, because I can go in there to see how much activity is going on, what the boots is doing. And it also minimizes, I guess the best way to put it is wasteful communication to our to the boots on the ground. It only, obviously we still communicate with our boots on the ground, but everything's in there. It's documented. And as long as you've got someone that can at least open up their smartphone and text, they can figure it out. It's super easy. One thing that I don't want to forget is you guys also send out an Excel spreadsheet at the end of each month or beginning of next month, whatever it is. And you track everything for every month. So and you'll have to help me here, but I know it tracks how many leads, how many calls, how many inbound calls, how many outbound calls, how much money was collected, how much auctions, money from auctions were collected. It's crazy. What else do you guys track on that sheet that you send out to owners?
Yeah, so that monthly report is, in my eyes, very valuable, right? We've had clients honestly tell us, hey, if it wasn't for this monthly report, I don't know if I'd still be a customer, right? And I think that's, not because we're not doing a good job, but because they can literally see, month over month what automated storage is doing for their business and how their business is performing. Right. So, month one, we'll send you a report, and you got 1 month. Well, 6 months down the road, now you got 6 months, 6 columns there that show you, hopefully revenues going up, right? Delinquencies going down. Hopefully, we're renting a bunch of units. But yeah, so we track everything that automated storage does. So that goes to, how many leads did we track? How many leads did we convert? How much money did we collect from the debt collector? Right? The automated texts and robocalls that are going out, the 24-hour phone payment system, how many lien letters did we send? How many people were in lien? And then how many units did we end up selling? How much money did we make for you on these sales? And the delinquency, basically, these numbers are being pulled from a couple of different places, right? One of those places is the management summary within your software, right? If you're a self-storage owner, you've probably pulled that summary a good bit of times. So, that's the revenue, the economic, physical occupancy there, the delinquency, the auto pay percentage, and probably a few other items. And we've also got, how many calls did we document at your facility in a given month? And then how many calls did we close without having to get, you or your management team involved, right? So, obviously the goal for automated storage is to close as many tickets as possible, right? So, we're shooting to tag you as little as humanly possible. But so we've got a little, conversion percentage of how many calls were we able to close and help out these customers without having to, tag management for some clarity there. Hopefully that's at, 90 to 97% each month there. So, it's got a good, it's probably about 30 line items there. And, it's all very good information. I could sit there and talk about that report for a whole 30 minutes, but again, we've, I think a lot of our clients recognize the importance of that report as well, because at the end of the day, it just helps you make better business decisions and really gives you a bird's eye view of exactly how your business is performing and what automated storage is doing to help there.
Yeah. Oh, it was. I don't think when I talked to you guys before I switched over, I don't think you guys brought that up, and then it was sent to me. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is like an added bonus, but it's definitely a selling feature for storage owners who like to track things, which we all should be. But yeah, it's definitely a huge bonus. Is there what softwares will you guys work in for storage owners, such as ESS storage? What softwares will you guys work in?
Yeah, so we're fully integrated with SiteLink and Storage at the moment. So, if you're on one of those two softwares, you get the best that we got. And basically that is just meaning you will get our debt collector, right? Yep. So I know some of these other softwares are kind of building their in-house or a debt collector within the software, which is awesome. I think Cubby and Tenant Inc. Are kind of building that out if it's not already out at the moment. But yeah, we work with all storable management software, so ESS, SiteLink Storage, Web Self Storage, Tenant Inc., and Cubby. So those are the 6 softwares that we are on. Our team is already trained up on these softwares, and we're able to take care of the day-to-day items at these facilities within those softwares there. So
yeah, that's huge, especially again, like you guys aren't a true call center because you've got, I think there's at least 6 softwares right there that your entire team has to be trained on, right?
Yes. Yep. So we start them out with a couple softwares whenever we hire new people to make sure they understand the business, can learn these few other softwares, because 6 software is a lot, right? 6 software is a lot for me to learn, a short period of time. So, but yeah, we, eventually they come in here and over deliver, prove themselves. Well, we are, giving them a little pay raise and getting them on more of these softwares. And basically, the more softwares they can handle and the more facilities they can help out with, hopefully the money should trend upwards as well there.
For sure.
For these team members.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you about softwares and pretend it's just me and you. Right. It's not going to hurt anyone's feelings. I'm planning on switching over to Cubby. In fact, I think my onboarding starts in a week, I think.
Nice.
Week of this recording. Actually, when this recording comes out, I may already be switched over.
Nice.
How is Cubby compared to ESS, compared to Storage, SiteLink for you guys? Is there a favorite? Is there one that's easier? Obviously, I'll kind of start with ESS. To me, is great for someone that has one storage facility. Super simple, easy to learn on. If you're going to grow and expand and you have more facilities, storage is good there. But do you see, from your perspective, is there, and selfishly I want to know about Cubby, but is there anything you can add to those? Again, if you're not comfortable answering some of that, that's fine.
Yeah. So, you kind of hit the nail on the head, I think, with ESS. ESS is awesome. If you've got 1 or 2 facilities there and, it gives you everything that you need to run the day-to-day items at your facility. The back end is not quite as powerful as, SiteLink or Storage. I think Storables, is not even pushing any more updates out to ESS or SiteLink, and they're getting everybody onto their storage platform. I think if you were to ask our team, they would tell you that their favorite is to work in is going to be Storage at the moment. But honestly, Cubby's a close second there. So Cubby has kind of came out of nowhere the past 12 months there and really grabbed a good chunk of the market. And they have a great product and a great team. They are honestly pushing out updates weekly to make sure that they give these owners everything that they need to streamline as much of their operations as possible and make it as easy for the customer to rent online and do business with that self-storage facility. So I got nothing but great things to say about, really all of the softwares, because they're all unique in their own way. But Cubby I can see them, kind of continuing to grab a piece of that market out there, because they are on top of it. They got a great team. They're really listening to their customers. They listen to us. We work pretty closely with their team, and they're able to fix issues if they come up and make sure everything's as polished, as streamlined as possible. So I think, give them a few more months and they will have a very, very seamless platform that will be able to compete with, Storable and these other main softwares out there. But yeah, so yeah, those are my thoughts on management software there.
Yeah, no, that's well said, and kind of echoes my thoughts, what I've heard too. So is there a limit or a max size facility that you can manage? So if someone's got a 20 unit facility, can you help manage that? Someone's got I don't know what the biggest one is. 2,000 units is a lot. 1,000 unit facility, can you guys manage that?
Yeah, so we can. We don't have a limit or a minimum at the moment. We really want to be the go-to person for these, people getting into the self-storage world, or just have, that 50, 100 unit facility. We want to be able to help them out, right? So we are, priced very reasonably for them to. It makes sense for them, but it also makes sense for us as well, and for them to get the best that we got, right? So yeah, we have like a 50 unit facility that we help out with in Naples, Florida. And we've got a 2,000 unit facility in Miami-Dade, Miami down south there. So there's really not a limit. We pride ourselves on being able to help out the owners with 12 facilities, 15 facilities like yourself, or the person just getting into the business and looking to get their first one under the belt and continue to grow there. So yeah, again, we're able to help you out no matter how big or small you are.
Yeah, which is great, because I know there are call centers that I guess limit that. Is there what was I going to ask? Just slipped my mind. Actually, my notepad that is electronic, the battery just ran out, so my notes are gone. So I need to start using pen and paper.
Yeah, that's a sign right there. That is a sign.
What's that?
I said that is a sign right there. You got to swap away from that electric notepad.
Exactly. You guys have different packages, right? How do those look?
Yeah, so we really feel like we've got a plan for if you're a management company out there, or however hands-on or how hands-off you like to be, we can help you out, right? So we've got some management companies that use us for just rollover and after-hour calls, right? So they are employ an on-site manager. They're not completely on board with the full remote management strategy. So they still have the on-site managers in place for these grade A facilities, but they use us for rollover and after-hour calls, lead follow-ups to help close them more deals and get better coverage than the rest of their competitors in the area there. So that would be like our rollover call package. Our I guess best selling package is going to be our pro call package, and that's going to give the owner everything that they need to delegate to automated storage to run the day-to-day items of their business, which includes all call center deliverables, renting units, taking payments, helping these customers out. Also text message management. We'll do a little bit of internet marketing, internet ads that we've built, kind of A/B tested throughout the years. So we would upload those to Meta for Facebook and Instagram, because we're able to get attention for fairly cheap, right? Or really cheap, comparatively speaking, to some of these other marketing avenues. Yeah, and the lean auctions, right? So that all of those items are included in that pro plan. So that is our best seller, kind of what I would recommend, where the most value is being added from automated storage. And that's, where we're handling the customer, handling the day-to-day items, but we're also taking care of the lean auctions, text and email management, and some marketing and brand awareness for your business there. But if you didn't want to delegate the marketing or the lean auctions to us, maybe you have somebody in place, and maybe you just want to do that. Maybe you just enjoy doing that. Well, we've got like a basic plan that they could sign up for, and that's going to be all the call center deliverables. The debt collector is included in that, but not marketing or those lean auctions from A to Z there. So yeah, we really feel like we've got a variety of different packages, and it should fit any self-storage owner or management company out there who, whether you're just needing some help with some coverage, want to make sure you're closing as many deals as possible and use us for rollover calls, or you're looking to take a hands-off approach, well, then you could use that pro call package plan and you'd kind of take a back seat and be able to focus on the little bit more managerial side of the business, such as, maybe the revenue management or the, growing your portfolio there.
Yeah. Which is cool that you guys have different options, because all owners are different, right? Some guys, like you said, want to do their own auctions, which to me is kind of crazy, but some people like to do that.
They do.
So it's great that you have different options. I did want to hit on, it just hit me that, and then I've got one question, then we'll get into the final questions. You guys have what's called a cheat sheet tab. So obviously you're dealing with, I think you said 200 some facilities, and you've got obviously multiple storage owners in there, and everyone runs their facility different. There's just a lot of nuances there. So you guys have in Monday a cheat sheet for each facility, each site. And you'll probably have to help me with everything, but it's got the facility's phone number, the address, the website address, like if there's a lockbox on site, if it's gate, fence, if there's cameras. What else does it have?
Yeah. When does the late fee hit? What is the business email? When does your lien fee hit? When is a customer considered delinquent? What are the office hours if there's a manager there? What are the gate hours? Do you have a dumpster on site? Are pods allowed to be delivered there? Really, it's just a list of 50 different questions that the team is trained to go to. Great question. Give me 1 second. Let me double check that for you. Right. Yep. And they quickly search that cheat sheet and are able to provide that customer with the correct answer. Right. So that cheat sheet is obviously very valuable because, as we continue to grow here, or, even back a year ago, we can't remember all the different intricacies and ins and outs of all these facilities from a day-to-day rule standpoint, right? So that cheat sheet has been beneficial for us to go look up to make sure that we're providing correct answers to customers' questions. Now that's, more so of like the payments and the late fees, and just like, I guess kind of what I'm trying to say here is all of our clients, they are essentially signing up to the way that we would like to process some of the major things, right? Such as, how we process move-ins, how we process transfers, how we process move-outs, right? So we've kind of built those systems and processes around the customer to make them as customers centric as we can, right? So those types of things, those stay the same across the board, right? So that gives us a little bit of a competitive advantage, knowing that, our agent, all they do all day, every day is rent units, take payments to help customers out. So they are going to get really good at processing the move-in this way, or processing the move-out this way, processing the transfer this way, or providing the combination of the code, the lot code on the unit, right, this way. But, there are always going to be those different little telltale signs, or different intricacies and ins and outs of these businesses that we're not going to be able to control, and we don't really want to control, right? So this is your facility, your property. We're here to make you more money and give you a little bit more of your time back, right? So that cheat sheet we're able to provide correct answers to these questions that we're going to get on the day-to-day basis. But like I was saying, some of those main items, those are kind of set in stone. Like, this is how we're going to do things to be able to provide your customers, great service as we continue to grow here. Right. So, but that cheat sheet is part of Monday.com, just something else we've built inside of Monday.com. And we're able to quickly search these questions and provide these correct answers to the questions we get on a day-to-day basis here.
Yep. Yeah. Which is great because it does two things. It doesn't, and I've used a different call center, and we had the issues where the call center would reach out to us with every single question. So you guys have hit probably 98% of questions that a customer or possible customer may ask, and you have that in that cheat sheet. So you guys don't have to, hang up the phone and call that renter back and say, oh, by the way, here's the answer. I just got in touch with the owner. You guys can look on that cheat sheet and say, okay, here's the answer. So it's doing two things. It's cutting down time to the renter or possible renter that you've got to communicate with them. And then it's also cutting down on the owner's time being involved answering questions. So it's absolutely great. Last question, simple question, and then we'll get into the final kind of podcast questions I ask. I know you guys just expand your hours. What's your call center operating hours?
Yep. 6 a.m. to midnight Central Standard Time. Yeah, all of our agents, they're U.S. based agents. I'm not quite sure if I've said that just yet. So we do pride ourselves in being able to create jobs, in our home country here. But yeah, 6 a.m. to midnight Central Standard Time. You can rest easy knowing that these calls are going to get answered and your customers are going to get helped out, right? So obviously not a whole lot of calls are coming in at 6 a.m. or 11:30 at night, but some of them do, right? Some of them are looking for storage and are just shocked that we're there and they answer the call. So now we're able to convert that into a paying customer, right? Or maybe they're having gate issues or whatever it is. So I think it allows us to provide better service, give our owners and clients a little bit of a competitive edge and competitive advantage from their other facilities in the area. But it also kind of allows automated storage to work a little bit quicker and to make sure that we're, getting things done during those light times when those calls aren't coming in. We're able to kind of delegate some work to make sure that we're moving a little bit quicker than if we were just open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central, which we were in the past there. So it's been good. And, I think that, as we continue going, I think we've got hope, maybe we hopefully go 24/7. But that's something that we've had a couple of conversations about. I think it'd be good for several different reasons, but not there just yet. So we're just going to kind of ride it out with that 6 a.m. to midnight and keep executing there. And again, kind of taking a day at a time on that regard.
Yeah, and obviously that's great coverage. That's more coverage than what I need. Usually, if I have someone calling at that time, it's probably an issue that you guys are handling. So I appreciate it. So let's get into the final three questions. What's one thing that automated storage does better than your competitors?
Yeah, I would say renting storage units and following up with leads, right? So, our lead follow-up process is a big part of our business, right? Our outbound calls and following up with leads. And again, I gave a little 7-minute talk at a North Carolina trade show, and that was one of the main things that I spoke about was like, hey, I recommend you do this, right? Track every single person that calls in inquiring about a storage unit and give us a phone and give them a follow-up call, right? So I can't tell you how many times we're able to convert these people on our second and third follow-up call. And, at the very least, most of the time they appreciate that we're reaching back out because the other person that they called, if they even called somebody, is probably not going to do that. So I would say renting storage units, being able to capture more leads and convert more, more sales for your storage business is, probably one of the main things. And that's, I think in my eyes, is very valuable for all storage owners. We're all trying to lease up, make sure that we stay at that 85, 95% occupancy there. So that's something that I think that the team does really well. So we also, incentivize the team to, rent as many storage units as possible, right? Internally, we're paying them a commission for every single rental that they process. That's not billed out to the owner. That's just something, again, internally that we have set out to make sure that whenever these leads call in, they're asking about a price, or our agent should pucker up a little bit more than a little bit extra and make sure that they're over delivering and trying to provide that Chick-fil-A type service there.
Yeah, that's absolutely awesome. And I agree too. What's next for automated?
What's next for automated? So I think just keeping it, keep doing what we're doing, really. I think just, taking a day at a time, not trying to plan too much out into the future and just taking what we get, taking a day at a time has worked out very well for us. Like I said earlier, we've got big goals and big aspirations. We're really trying to help as many storage unit owners as possible, right? Try to provide more value than, you guys are paying us, right? This is the only way that it works, is to try to provide that 10x value. So I think that's going to be what we continue to do, right? We've been blessed not to have to put a whole lot of marketing dollars behind our service and product, because I think that's just us having the number one goal of trying to over deliver for our clients that do trust us, right? So I think that is transformed and played a big part to kind of where we are today than where we started out with. So really just kind of take it a day at a time, right? Keep doing what's right. I think that's another big thing is like, we're good human beings. I feel like we're both good people, and really we just want to do what's right for our clients and their customers as well. So that's something that we preach and harp on to these new hires that we bring on is, hey, like we just got to treat these people the way we want to be treated. Right. I know everybody is called a support or a call center, and they've got off that phone like, wow, that person does not want to be there. Right. They are not happy today. Well, that is the opposite of how we're trying to be. Right. So that is what's gotten us to where we are today, and something that we got to make sure that we continue executing on kind of as we move forward on down the road here.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And again, I completely agree. Where I'm sure you're going to have people that have questions, maybe just towards you, I don't know, but probably towards Automated. Where can they find you? Where can they find out more about automated storage?
Yeah. So automatedstoragecallcenter.com. That is where you can find more about our business. So again, that's automatedstoragecallcenter.com. You can, it's got everything that you need to know right there. You can opt in for a little demo. I'll be happy to kind of show you the ropes and let you guys or see if we're a good fit, see if we can maybe help you out. I am definitely not much of a social media guy. I kind of a ghost on there. I do a lot of scrolling, but not a lot of posting. So if you want to get in touch with me, my email is alec@automated-storage.com. Shoot me an email. I'll be happy to respond back and say hello there. So that's where you can kind of get in contact with the business if you want to learn more, and me as well if you got any questions for me.
There you go. That's awesome. Well, one, I appreciate your guys' business. I appreciate what you guys are doing, not only for myself, but other storage owners, just as long as they don't own in the towns that I'm in. I'm cool with it. But no, you guys are doing a great job. It's awesome to see your guys' growth and your success. It's awesome. And two, appreciate you coming on the show and sharing what you guys do and how you're helping folks.
Dude, you're very welcome, man. Appreciate you trusting us to help out your facilities. Honestly, can't thank you enough. You trust us for quite some time now, and hopefully, you've kind of seen the progress that we made and some of the changes and edits to make your business run a little bit smoother. Thank you for trusting us, and thank you so much for having me on today. It's been fun.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, again, appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for following, subscribing, and listening to this episode of the Do More podcast hosted by John Farling. To learn more or ask questions, go to l4investing.com.